This video discusses the use of external storage devices with Chrome OS in general and demonstrates specifically their use with rootsTrust running under Crostini Linux. First of all, what do I mean by external storage devices? That would be USB flash drives, USB hard drives, and secure digital memory cards, commonly known as SD cards. I had a 64 gigabyte SDXC memory card lying around that I wasn't using, so I installed it in my Chromebook, which has a micro SD card slot on the left side. By the way, the XC in the term SDXC stands for extended capacity. Next, I moved the file cabinets for the Abraham Lincoln database as well as those for my own personal database to the SDXC card. That freed up 11 gigabytes of my 64 gigabytes of eMMC storage. The procedure for moving file cabinets to external storage is almost identical to the one I demonstrated in the previous video for Google Drive. But for the benefit of those who didn't watch that video, I will demonstrate the moving of file cabinets to my SDXC memory card. Before I do anything else, I must share my SDXC card with Linux. I do that by right-clicking the SDXC entry in my file manager, my Chrome OS file manager, and selecting Share with Linux from the pop-up menu. Click OK. Now rootsTrust will be able to see the SDXC card. Next, I switch to the Linux desktop where rootsTrust is running. I'll open up the Preferences form and demonstrate the File Cabinets panel. Display the File Cabinets panel. You can see that there are two file cabinets, one for documents and another for photos. When I click on a table entry, the absolute path of the corresponding file cabinet is displayed below. Both file cabinets presently reside in the rootsTrust work area, rootsTrust.data, which is located within the Linux file system. The Linux file system, in turn, is located within the Chrome OS file system. It's a folder in the Chrome OS file system, actually. If I close the form and open the Documents pane, you can see that files listed are accessible. So we have a preview of the file in this right panel. The same holds true for the multimedia pane. When I click on a photo, I get a preview in the right panel. Next, using the Nemo File Manager, I click on File System, which gives us a listing of the root directory of the Linux file system. Then I drill down to the SDXC folder. First, Mount. MNT is the standard Linux folder for Mount. That's where you attach or mount external devices. And then Chrome OS, removable, SDXC. There it is. As you can see, it contains a file cabinets folder, but that belongs to my personal database. The Abraham Lincoln files cabinet folder is not yet on the SDXC card. So next I switch to the Chrome OS desktop. Let me clear that. and I display the contents of the SDXC card in the file manager. Then I open up a second instance of files. Whoops. New window. And display the contents of the rootsTrust work area, which is in the Linux file system. Linux rootsTrust work area, rootsTrust.data. There we find, among other things, a folder named File Cabinets Lincoln, where all the external files linked to the Abraham Lincoln database are stored. Now I will move that folder to my SDXC card by right-clicking the folder name and selecting Cut from the pop-up menu. Then I move to the other instance of files and paste the folder into the SDXC folder. So let's give it a couple of seconds. Okay, moving. It's complete. Okay. Next, I switch back to the Linux desktop and advance the person view on rootsTrust to the next person. The Cameo photo cannot be found. Well, of course not, because I just moved the file cabinets out of reach. I also go to the Documents pane and am immediately presented with an error message informing me that a file cannot be found. Something similar happens on the Multimedia pane, again because the files cannot be found. So now I open the Preferences form, and I don't have to click on the left panel button because that's where we were last time we looked at this form. And I select the Photos file cabinet. And as you can see from the absolute path displayed down here, that rootsTrust still thinks that the file cabinets are located in the rootsTrust work area. So I need to notify rootsTrust of the new location. I click the Select button. No, first Edit. Click the Edit button and select. And then the Computer button to list the contents of the Linux file system root directory. Then I click on Mount, Chrome OS, Removable, SDXC, File Cabinets Lincoln, and then I click Photos and then select Folder. Okay, now you can see that the absolute path of the file cabinet, the Photos file cabinet, is Mount, Chrome OS, Removable, SDXC, File Cabinets Lincoln, Photos. Then I click OK. And then I do the same thing for Documents. Edit, select, Computer, Mount, Chrome OS, Removable, SDXC, File Cabinets Lincoln, Documents. Select Folder. Okay, we'll close that. Then I close the Preferences form. And once again, I advance the... There we go. So Cameo photos are there. If I click on Documents, I don't get an error message anymore. The documents are available. Click on Multimedia, and they're available. So the advantage of having my file cabinets on the SDXC card rather than in Google Drive is that they are available even when Wi-Fi is not. Google Drive files exist only in the cloud. So if you have no Wi-Fi, you have no files. The files on my SDXC card are always there. However, they are not automatically backed up. But for that, I have a solution that I will share with you in the next video.